Hello and welcome to the Wind Up, your weekly recap show where we recap and review the latest episodes of Drag Race. This incarnation is Canada versus the world, and it is our grand finale episode. You can follow us on Instagram at the windup_pod for all the latest shenanigans and things that we are up to, including our amazing outtake videos. And you can follow me at Sean Phillip Official. I don't know why I said it like that, but you can. And you can follow.
Because you're official.
I am so official. And you can follow my better half, my worse half, Miss Maya Crofone at Maya_plot. That's not your name. Oh my God, I really fucked this up. You can follow Miss Maya Crofone at Maya Crofone with an F, not a PH, because crapone. Now, joining me on the show today, I am joined by Maya's other half, Brandon.
Ah!
Hey, girl.
Surprise. She's out of drag. Hi.
She is, and she is giving me all kinds of butterfly rainbow goodness. Some would say she's giving me Coronation Eleganza Extravaganza.
I'm channeling my inner Brad / Monet on the judging panel. You know?
I like it. I would love to see you in some glasses to really channel those two, but this is fine.
I don't
take
have,
what I can get
I've,
at this point.
I've got my actual glasses, but if I put them on, you're just going to have halo eyes from my ring light. So no, that won't work.
You're like, what's she on? I'll have what she's having.
It'll just be.
Speaking of, I'll have what she's having. I've just sculled this last piece of wine that I was drinking with my husband before the show.
No Bluetooth this week?
Not this week, no. Just a blue disco ball.
And I've got rainbow balls.
Pink balls. So, Miss Maya, Mr. Brandon, what are you drinking today?
So I'm doing something a little bit different this week. I mean, obviously. So I'm drinking a cider.
A beer.
Oh God, no. No, I'm drinking a cider. I'm drinking a Coldstream Rosé cider from Yarra Valley.
Fancy.
So
I'm going to open mine. Sorry, keep going. They're 8%. This is where the saleswoman comes in.
They're 8%. They are delicious. I love a good rosé cider. So there's a rosé spritz that I used to get called Rosies, which I can't get at my store anymore, and nowhere nearby had them in stock. And I was like, oh, I'll get these because I wasn't feeling very whiny tonight. And after Christmas, I was definitely not having any more of those margaritas.
Oh, what did she do?
I don't remember.
Well, that's best. That's best for everyone.
I mean, the good thing is, actually, yeah, how was your Christmas? Because I'm guessing you would have spent it with family.
Yeah, just Benny and I spent the day with my mum, my sister, my nephew, my stepfather, just like the immediate family, my sister's partner, and their beautiful giant horse dog. And we just overate, swam in the pool. I got sunburnt and then came home like a true old man. I fell asleep on the couch on Christmas Day for 4 hours. So, yay me.
You said horse dog. Gotcha.
Like a woof woof.
It's just the way, because you said it so fast, it took me a second to process. And like, you said something, giant horse. And I went,
dog.
What?
Who? And just as an FYI, this evening I am drinking a Far and Wide Prosecco.
Ah, it's pink.
It is a pink prosecco. It says Denominazione di origine contro. It's Italian, not French.
Don't come for his Italian.
Unless you're bringing some salami, you know.
Or a good nice chorizo. Um, why is it spicy?
Cheers to you, cheers to Christmas, and cheers to this episode.
Cheers.
I'm just getting in early because we keep forgetting it this season. So Brandon / Maya, for those who are listening, it is our final four. Obviously, last week we said goodbye to Vanity Milan. She got sent away by Rita, who won the lip sync. Yeah, that's kind of all I want to talk about that. And we're left with our final four drag queens in Canada versus the world. Rita Baga representing Canada. We've got Victoria Scone for the UK, and we've got two US queens, Raja O'Hara, Silky Nutmeg Ganache. Thoughts, feelings, concerns?
Look, was this the top four I originally saw at the start of the season? No. Is it a top four that I'm happy with?
No. Is it the top four you got? Yes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm like, is it the top four that we've got? Yes. Yeah, look, it's, and as obviously we discussed, it was very, you could tell they obviously had it done in a way to keep the Americans here till the finale. It's just a very interesting top four is what I will say. I think of the top four, I would probably only replace one of them, and that would be replacing Silky with Isis.
I agree. Change approved. Silky's out. Yeah, no, it would be really interesting to see Isis make it to the finale, because let's face it,
yeah,
I think we're all on board with the fact that unless a terrible disaster happened, she was going to make it to the end. Victoria, I think, very deserving. Rita,
well, I mean, she even mentions herself that she's never been in the bottom, and she had 3 wins, not full wins, because I mean she lost 2 of the lip syncs, but she had 3 top placements, like won 3 challenges, and didn't have a single bottom the entire season. So she was very deserving of being there, and I would think of being contender for the crown.
well, I mean, obviously we're going to get to it, but I love Victoria and I wanted her to win so much. And then we got to the lip syncs at the end, and I was like, oh, honey, you didn't even try.
Oh my god. Yeah, when we start discussing that lip sync, yeah, I had thoughts on that thing happening 45,000 times.
Where did you go?
Hmm?
Why did you go to the floor?
Oh, could you put my drink down?
I thought, oh, she must have notes down there.
No, because I'm in my bedroom and I don't have anything. I don't, like, my bedside table is this thing, so I don't have anything to put down, and I'm not putting my drink on my bed because I don't want it to fall over and wet my bed. Like, yeah.
Okay,
See?
cool.
Sense.
Yes,
Sense.
much sense. So yeah, Victoria, yeah, we'll discuss that later. We'll talk about her. Raja, yeah, look, I feel like she kind of started to let me down towards the end with her runway. Like that
Yeah.
last orange number. Like, it was nice to see her in something that wasn't purple, but at the same time,
yeah. She started strong and then kind of fizzled.
Rita, funny. She's funny. She has a character. She has a persona. You know, I no longer see her as Hans the drag queen, or Hans the German. Now she is just Rita. And I like her.
I've just noticed your sign. There's a space between the G and the R in Grand, so it looks like the G Rand finale. You're like, This is the G-Rand finale.
I do like the southern accents. It's the grand finale.
I love how you're like go Rand because that's how it would be said.
Not
And
G-Rand.
I'm just going. It's the G-Rand.
Oh, you can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the country boys out of the girl.
All right. See, I would have gone. You can take the girl out of the country, but you can't take the tree out of the.
So we've got our top four. There's no going back now. This is who we've got. And we get into the workroom, a little bit of chitter chatter, and then what's her face comes in, Squirrel Girl.
Oh, Tracy.
Tracy.
Look, she looked good this week. I liked this dress.
The one that she wore in the workroom.
Yeah, the green with the ruffle. This one was like a green and yellow or green and gold like print. It was like almost like a bodycon dress, and it had a nice like double ruffle around the boobs.
Oh, yes. Yeah, look, she looked good. But more to the point, she's just really here to set the episode up. So she is announcing that the girls will be doing a lip sync, a smackdown for the crown. So all of your worst nightmares came true. She tells us our runway category, which is Coronation Eleganza Extravaganza. Insert eye roll and burp here. And she tells the girls that they're going to have a photo shoot today as well.
With a special guest.
With a very special guest, Miss Monét X Change.
So I was very confused as to why Monet was there. In my head, you would think that if you're going to do the special random queen here, it should have been Blue Hydrangea, who won UK versus the world. It would have made a lot more sense, coming in as the winner of UK versus the world. But we get Monet. I mean, she's there.
Does Monet do celebrity with Brooklyn?
Yes.
Maybe that's why, because they would have done this straight off the back of celebrity, wouldn't they?
Possibly, yes. Yes, that might have made sense. What did you think of this photo shoot, by the way? So
the photo shoot with Monét X Change.
Yeah, see, hard cut. I'm good at that. The space themed one where they obviously sit down, they do the chat, which I don't give a two shits about.
Yeah, I feel like they were like, how can we utilize these lipsticks again? Oh, I know. Let's put the girls on them. Like, it just seemed a little like unnecessary.
I didn't get the reference of To the Moon. Like
they weren't on a rocket ship, they were on a lipstick.
Yeah.
And essentially the lipstick, if you get given the lipstick with your name on, you're out. So like the symbolism here is not strong.
The end result of photos was good.
Yeah, they were
like
cute.
each queen's photos look good, but yeah, I didn't get the yeah.
And then like later on during the judging, when they were like, how they'd hold up the photo, and Brooklyn was like, "This is your best photo," in her best Tyra Banks impression, and then she was like, "Tell us about the journey of how you got here," and it's a bit like, we went on a journey.
It's
like
always my most hated thing when it gets to the finale, like when Rue does the baby photos. Like, what would you say to baby?
Oh, that's so great. The first time, 15 years later, like, come on.
But it's just, I hate it because it, like, for some people, it can bring up so much trauma, which is exactly what they want. They want tears, they want waterworks, they want sub stories for this segment, and I get it. And it's the same with this.
Silky delivered.
But it's just, I hate it. I hate this. I hate this concept. I hate this dredging. And like, let's just enjoy the talk about their highs and lows of this season for themselves. Like, be like, don't talk about the journey. Talk about what was your high? What was a high point for you for the season? What was a low point for you for this season? And
but the thing is, they could do that just in, like, if they want to show us the photo shoot, show us the photo shoot. Have that conversation with Monet, and then show us their best picture straight away and then move on. And you're saving us an extra 10 minutes of editing, 10 minutes of viewing, 10 minutes of production time down the line, where they're just going to rehash the same shit that they've just told the other queen. Like,
Yeah.
there's no need
Yeah.
for it. And
No.
none of that goes towards the judging anyway.
No.
It's really just a waste of everyone's time. There's 5 minutes of my life I'm never getting back.
As opposed to the 36 runways from the bowl challenge.
Anyway, I've suddenly got really angry. After they do their photo shoots with Monet, we go back into the workroom and the girls are reflecting on their journey again. So this is now the second or third time we've had them reflect on their journey, but this time they're all chit-chatting with each other, and it's just it's a love fest again. Like everybody's just like, yeah.
And again, this comes back to what I said last week. It's like, we watch shows like this for the drama. We live for the drama. We need the drama. So them all being like, oh, it's so lovely working with you all, and I love you guys. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, the touching moment between Silky and Raja was cute. But again, it's just like, give me drama. I wanted one of them to be like, didn't see you here at all. Didn't think you were worthy of the top placement. And I would have been like, yes, go for the blood, go for jugular.
Go for the jugular. Speaking of drama, I'm going to mention this in case we don't get to it later. Not that kind of drama. I thoroughly enjoyed, obviously later on we got to see all of our returning eliminated queens. And then they had a moment in the workroom later on where it was all of them back together. And it was kind of untucked. And when Kendall was like, there's something I've been holding on, I've been wanting to say to all of you bitches. And you could, oh, that was great.
Oh, yeah, because as a viewer, you were just like, fuck, yes, what's happening? And all the queens
the
are just
cameras
like,
on their faces and like,
They're like, what do we do? What the fuck? And she's like, oh no, I just wanted more screen time because I wasn't here for very long.
That's how you do it, kids. That's how you do it. So cut to the runway and let's talk about Miss Brooklyn's outfit choice for the finale.
I mean, I loved it. I did. Loved the hair. Loved the color.
Of the hair or the dress?
Both. I did think it was quite funny that her outfit was almost similar to what Rita chose to wear for the lip sync.
True.
Yeah, I thought that was like, oh, we're okay. But I liked it. I personally, this is one of the top ones for her for the season. I mean, I'm still in love with that first week.
Well, I feel like what she wore that first week, obviously open a week, so she wants to look stunning. But that to me was a better grand finale outfit.
Well, no, but this is the thing, is she can't upstage the girls.
Then she if you look at it, no, but if you got dressed for any runway, because she upstaged them on every single one.
Well, yes, but look at Rue. Like, Rue doesn't upstage the girls on the finale. Like, you can't upstage the girls on the finale episode of anything. Like, it's
yeah. Look, to me,
hosting 101.
I loved the outfit. I thought it was really nice. There were a few sort of design elements where I was like, oh, I'd like to change that. Like every time I got like the neck and shoulders view when she was on the panel, I just kept wanting to not see the skin color.
Oh yeah, the mesh. Yeah.
And maybe like if they'd cut that down around, like almost like the green flame, like that to me would have been nicer.
It was very ice skatery, like the top, like neck and shoulders were very ice skatery. Yeah.
Yeah, love the hair, love the makeup. The outfit was really nice, but didn't scream finale. Not even to like outshine the queens. To me, it just didn't scream.
Yeah,
Coronation Eleganza Extravaganza vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
But she looked
amazing, I mean, I still loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad and Tracy looked great too.
Monet and her what Brad was wearing.
And Renee in her leopard print jumpsuit.
Yeah, and matching glasses. Loved it.
I
mean, what bold queen doesn't love an animal print?
What are you talking about? Who was our first returning queen down the runway?
So we got our returning queens in the same order they were eliminated. So first up was Miss Kendall Jenner wearing her metallic pink scorpion, which I loved.
So this was done for one of the other runways. She even said that this was supposed to be for one of the other runways, but because she wasn't happy with the dress that was going to be her coronation outfit, so she's like, well, fuck it, I didn't get to wear this outfit on that theme, so I'm going to wear it for the coronation.
I loved
Can't
it. I
remember.
thought she was very pink Power Ranger vibes with a metallic, obviously
Yeah.
scorpion, so not a pterodactyl, but we can make do. Up next was Stephanie Prince giving us a traditional Filipino dress of white, which is purity, and she's virginal.
I liked it. I think because she's very true to her heritage this entire season. Well, the 3 episodes that she's been on.
Or now?
No, 3.
Of course, she was out in the second one. I just like announced that that's how we were introducing that. What a tit.
Wow. Yeah, so for the 3 episodes she was on being very traditional to her heritage and showcasing as much as she could, I think, yeah, that's great.
It was very white, like it was a pure white.
Yeah, I don't know. When I watched it, I'm like, I feel like it's needs something to elevate it, but I can't remember what I was thinking at the time would have worked. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Up next was our Down Under queen, Anita Wiglet, giving us her best minty green dream of she was trying to be some British aristocraty with her accent. Like she was a hot mess. I love you, Anita, but no.
No, I loved the dress. As in I loved the style of the dress. I loved that lace panel like that was on the side.
And I appreciated the purple under the cape.
Hated the color.
It was one of those colors that I think probably didn't show up great on camera. Like in person, maybe really, really pretty. Because when she came out, all the judges were like, "Ooh," but yeah,
hated the color. Like that color with like that.
Is it spearmint?
Yeah, that pastel mint green was just not it for me. I would have like if she'd come out in like a rich emerald green instead. That
royal blue or like
royal
British racing green. If
like
you're going to come out doing that purple, British accent, give me something British.
Any sort of deep, rich jewel tone would have looked stunning in that dress.
So up next was Isis Couture giving us another creepy moth kind of vibe. I loved her face, was amazing. That little mask was really cool.
Yeah, she looks stunning. I mean, Isis does this creepy couture so well, and it looked gorgeous. It looked expensive. I mean, the one thing I will say is she looked miserable.
Yes. Now, I was watching it this afternoon and I paused it to take some notes because I'm an old lady. And when I paused it, her face, she was just in the background. Like it was a wide angle shot of all of the past queens because they were introducing the new queens. And she just looked so like awkward, uncomfortable, unhappy to be there.
She looked like she wanted nothing to do with anyone. She looked like she wished she was somewhere else.
But I don't know if that was the case or if that was the makeup and the mask. Again, she's gone with like a creepy gothy look. I really liked that because she was giving me moth vibes, but she was kind of reminiscent of our queens this year on Down Under who did we had Hannah Conda doing that big mothy look, and so that was really cool.
She's not really Isis Couture. She's more Crisis Couture, and not Crisis. Literally just then, and not Crisis as in like she's having a crisis. Well, actually, yeah, it might work because she's having a crisis, but also it's like crisis as in like CRY sis. Works both ways. Because yeah, she just looked miserable. She looked like she didn't want to be there. So, I mean, she left for a reason. So I thought it was a little bit full on that it was like only 2 episodes ago that she left, and they're bringing her back, being like, "You got to walk the runway."
Okay, so after Isis, we had last week's loser, Vanity Milan.
I didn't love this.
I thought it was pretty, but if this is what
I
she
lo-
was going to wear to win, if she was winning, this was probably one of her weakest runways that she'd done
yes.
herself.
I loved the color,
Oh, the
and the
color
color
was
looked
lovely.
gorgeous on her.
And with the
Like
white
that,
hair,
yeah,
yeah.
that deep sapphire blue on her skin looked gorgeous.
I
But
love
the
that you call it
dress,
deep sapphire. I'm like, neon blue.
it's definitely not neon. Definitely not neon.
That's
No,
why I love it.
it's not neon. Yeah, look, didn't love the outfit. I think she could have done. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like her hair and makeup looked gorgeous, but the dress itself was a letdown for me.
So after eliminated queens, we get to see our queens, our remaining queens. And first down the runway is Miss Silky Nutmeg Ganache giving us sunshine, yellow, sparkles, and hair as high as the Chrysler
Oh,
building.
that's right. This is all the balls on top of each other. Um,
It's really hard to walk down a runway when you got that many balls in your hair.
not for me. Um, my
I
head,
just hear them slapping on your head.
it's generally on the back. Um, look, I liked this outfit. I thought I loved the hair. I thought that hair was camp and like impressed to her walking down the runway in that hair.
How
But
the
again,
fuck that thing did not fall off?
this didn't scream coronation to me.
How
Like
the
it
fuck are
was
they putting a crown on that?
this to me just screamed regular old runway. Like I don't,
It was Silky giving us Silky, which seems to be a trend.
which is Silky giving us Silky on a weekly basis. Yeah, yeah.
Didn't hate it, but
Didn't love it, but
better than Vanity's. Sorry, Vanity. I'm a UK queen. I can't be mad. Um, After Silky, we had Raja giving us her best eggplant emoji, as somebody said. I think it was Tracy said. Oh no, it wasn't. It was
look,
Brooklyn.
I I didn't hate this either, but again, I didn't love it. Like coronation outfit, and this is what you've chosen.
I mean, at least it had a cape vibe and a bit of a train wreck.
Yeah,
But
and I
like,
mean, she's known for pants, so I get the pants,
yeah, like
but
she looks good in her
I
pants,
just,
those legs.
it just wasn't. I mean, this does go to show you that you don't need to spend a lot of money on Drag Race to win, because Raja said herself she didn't spend a lot of money, but it didn't look like for me, like looking at the next two looks in particular, like this didn't hold up for me as a coronation look.
Victoria Scone, who came out next, giving
Oh,
you the whole fucking crown. Come
my
on.
favorite, my favorite. Like
Uh, amazing.
her coming out saying coronation look. She's like, don't just give me the crown. I'm gonna wear the fucking crown. Like, this was hands down one of the best coronation looks on the runway. It's been in a while because it's camp, but it's also elevated. Um, like it's yeah,
It
I
could have
loved
been
it.
done, like the concept of it could have been executed really poorly, but she did a great job and she looked
Yeah,
great. Like even the proportion of like the plume of the crown and the dress underneath, like it was all quite in proportion. I think we've seen a queen
yes.
do, was it Vanity that did something early on in the season and the proportion was not quite right for something? Either
I
way,
feel
we've
like
seen
that
it.
might have been maybe her Queen of the World. Yes, her Queen of the World with the
Yeah, with the
headpiece.
headpiece, yeah. And it
Yes.
wasn't quite right, whereas Victoria nailed it. And then coming on after Victoria was Rita Baga with, I'm not sure what her look was, but I enjoyed it. She was dripping in gemstones. It was
Yeah.
silver sparkles galore. The wet
Like
kind of look wig,
this
loved.
I get I okay, so for me, I understand obviously a coronation look doesn't need to be a gown. I get that. But I liked Rita's look. I think definitely Victoria and Rita were my top two just
Mm-hmm.
based on the runway. Um again, I did think it was a little odd choice to go for that knee length sort of dress. And was she wearing a boot, like a bootie?
Yeah, I think so. She wasn't wearing like just normal heels
No. And
because she
I
was
was
she was
like,
covered head to toe in that
yeah.
silver.
And I was like, this is an
Uh,
odd choice for a
Her dress
coronation
was
look. But I,
almost mullet dressy because it was shorter at the front, a little bit longer at the
but
back. It wasn't like traditional mullet dress.
yeah,
Thank
like, but
goodness, because mullet.
it's still to me said, crown me because, I'm dripping in jewels and looking expensive. Um, yeah, but I do think Victoria had the best runway of the four.
Yeah, and it was at this point I was like, "Oh, my queen's taking it out. She's going home with the
Yes.
crown.
Oh,
Like she's
same,
wearing the crown. She is the
same.
crown." Yeah. So then we cut to the judges panel and the queens are then talking about their journeys. So
Let's
obviously
skip
we're not
this.
gonna, yeah, we're gonna skip it. There's one part that we're not gonna skip, and that is Victoria proposing to her girlfriend, which I thought
Mm.
was really cute.
And she did so on stage with the viewing of the show. So when this episode aired in the UK, and they obviously had a viewing party, and Victoria performed obviously the lip sync that she's about to perform because she's in the exact same outfit. Um, there's photos and video of her actively proposing to her girlfriend. So she's held that secret since it aired that, and then she's proposed to the girlfriend. And the girlfriend said yes.
Thank goodness, because
Because
awkward.
no, could you imagine if she had said no? I would have lived.
It would have been so much better if like she'd said no and Victoria was like, well, that doesn't matter because I'd won the show. Like that would have been epic. But no,
Yes, yeah,
that's
no,
not how the cookie crumbles,
sadly,
kids. Spoiler
no.
alert. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. It was nice, and with all the other queens going like, say yes, and it was just cute. It was a really nice moment. But Canada v the World has been filled with so many nice moments.
Canada's known for giving a good cream pie because it's soft and fluffy and feels nice. Oh, not that one.
Oh, I was just thinking about Justin Trudeau.
True, don't.
True, don't. Okay. So after Victoria's proposal and the queens all give the sob stories to the judges, we go to another little untucked where everybody is just giving all the love. Everybody's having the best time. This is where we got to see some
Kendall.
potential drama with Kendall, which was not drama, but I was totally here for it. And and it's one of the queens, I can't think who it was, announced or made comment to the fact that this was the first time ever that the top two queens on an All Stars all picked the same queen to go home every time.
Yes. So, because in every iteration of All Stars or even the UK versus the world, so what we've had seven, well, not seven, because All Star 7 didn't count because it was the All Winners season and they didn't send anyone home. But so All Stars 2 through 6, and then UK versus the world, the top two queens that have had to pick lipsticks. There's always been at least once per season that the top two queens have chosen different queens. So, and that's always fun in the workroom when that queen is still there.
But
Yeah.
none of that drama because it's Canada. So enough of the untucked, not untucked, but untucked section. And the
Yep.
queens are then back on the main stage. And the rule for this lip sync challenge is the fact that the queens have to select a song from the box. So they've got boxes 1 to 4, and each queen gets to pick a number, and they don't know what song is under the box. But basically, if you pick the same song as the other queen, that's who you're lip syncing against. And that's the order of hierarchy. So the songs of choice are Broken Bones by Love Inc. and
Which I love.
well, yes, and Do It by Nelly Furtado featuring Missy Elliott, which I completely forgot existed and I've had on repeat since.
Love that song. I love like I'm assuming Love Inc. are obviously a Canadian band
I
because
say so because Nelly's Canadian.
all of our lip syncs have been Canadian, and our finale lip sync is Canadian. So I'm assuming Love Inc. is Canadian. Um,
I mean, I'd say so.
I I was disappointed with the lip syncs though.
Okay, so before we get to that, so Rita gets to pick her number first for the boxes of choice.
Oh, that yeah,
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 we
yeah,
have to
yeah,
tell
yeah,
the
yeah.
people who they've got to tell them, got to tell the people who's doing their lip syncs. So Rita gets to go first because she won the lip sync last time, and she picks box number deux, and yes, French, and she gets Broken Bones by Love Inc. And then up next is Victoria, who picks box number who knows, and she gets Do It by
It was
Nelly
one of
Furtado.
three. It's one of three because both 2 and 4 had the same, and 1 and 3 had the same.
There you go, people. Tea with Maya. So Victoria's doing Do It, and then Raja gets hers, and she picks Do It also. So they're doing it together, and then Silky is left with Broken Bones. Probably after that death drop she did in Spy Queens, she was left with some broken bones.
So when this happened, I was like, okay, they've set this up for 2 American Queens to be in the finale because
100%. I thought the same.
by splitting them up, they've 100% set it up so that way then 2 American Queens are in the finale. Anyways, okay, so our first lip sync is
Raja versus Victoria.
to
Nelly Furtado, Do It, featuring Missy Elliott.
again. I didn't understand Victoria's constant going back to this.
See, she looked nice. I enjoyed Victoria's outfit, but it didn't. I mean, just felt like she was wearing something she felt like she could move in. That's great. But why did you just do the one move?
Yeah, and
Um,
I mean Raja and her mullet. I didn't love the mullet.
no,
Um,
but this is not the first mullet Miss Raja has worn this season. So she's into the mullets. She is a
yeah,
mullet queen. Therefore, we no longer
but
like her.
yeah, look, this lip sync was very underwhelming for me. And I don't know whether it's because it's the song, and which, to be fair, actually, probably is the song more than anything.
It's very wordy
Um,
because there's raps in there.
but not just wordy; it's just an uneventful song. Yeah, there's so many better Nelly songs they could have chosen, and this was just an odd choice. But yep, we get
But
that, and
we did it. It was a whole thing. Was it that way? That wasn't the way your elbow bent. Bend that way. Bend that way.
her elbow didn't bend. She had one arm out, and this arm was just. I just can't physically move my arm because this jacket is too tight around my shoulders. So who wins this lip sync?
Not Victoria, to much to my disappointment, because I really had
I
high hopes for
know.
her.
I knew as soon as I watched this lip sync, I was like,
Yeah, it just felt like she was told not to win
I mean, possibly. It wouldn't surprise
because
me.
she didn't do anything. And she's been in a
No.
lot of lip syncs in this show, and she's done great lip sync work. And it just seemed like she just, for whatever reason, didn't show up. It's almost
Yeah,
like they
no.
went, okay, we'll make a deal with you, Vicky. If you want to propose to your bitch, we'll let you do it. But you got to throw the lip sync. Check it.
Why I said mask for mascara.
No one's wearing mascara today.
I am.
Oh, you mean it
Thank
just looks
you.
so natural?
I don't know if you can actually even see that. And see highlight. I'm not just naturally this shiny.
I am. No highlight here.
That's
This is just
that's
sweat and sunburn.
and oil.
Oil, sweat, and sweat, a sunburn, and an oily T-zone.
Soothy botanicals.
Mm-mm-mm. Okay, so Raja wins the lip sync against Victoria, and then we have Silky and Rita doing Broken Bones by Love Inc. Again, similar vibes for me. Similar vibes in the fact that I felt again like Rita wasn't giving it her all.
Well, yes and no, but also I thought Silky's random reveals were unnecessary.
Oh,
Um,
bitch, give me something else.
but I think Rita did okay in this one, but and I don't think Silky did enough to win it. That's
No.
the thing. Like
Which
I was
again
like,
just had me sitting there after all of these wind-ups with you going, it's rigged. There's no fucking point.
but like it was such a good song though. But I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed with the lip sync because I thought both of them could have done so much more with such a good lip sync. But yeah, so we get Rita and Silky giving me a lackluster lip sync to a great song, great 90s dance club banger. Um, uh, I got broken bones. I find this, it's one of the only songs that I find myself just singing the chorus to randomly, just out of the blue all the time, just sitting there, just going, I got broken bones, not from the sticks or stones, but from the names that you call me. Just, it'll pop into my head at the most random times, and I love it. It's one of my favorite songs.
I won't tell you what pops into my head at the random times. Raja and Silky
Oh,
do their lackluster lip sync. We've had every lip sync tonight has been lackluster. No one should win the
I just,
crown. Send the
I
crown back to
just,
the manufacturer.
I just thought this lip sync could have been so much better to River Deep Mountain High. Like
River deep, mountain high.
both of them took so long to do a reveal. I mean, don't get me wrong, Silky's outfit looked amazing. I loved that red and like peplum sort of
Mm-hmm.
thing with the hair that she had. But both of them took so long to do a reveal in this number. And I'm like, okay, like both of them, you could tell it was coming. You're like, all right, just hurry up, do the reveal, get to it. Um, but I think for me, the biggest thing was you could tell that neither one of them performed this song regularly. Like
Mm-hmm.
they've got no investment in this song. They literally have just performed it because they have to win the crown. Um, so it was for me it was just a very lackluster finale lip sync.
And it's been a good season of Canada's Drag Race. So to have this as our finale episode, it just felt a little bit staged, a little bit robbed, a little bit just underwhelming.
Yes, yes.
Anywho,
Like when
so
when the top cancels on you 10 minutes before he's supposed to arrive after you spent
I'm
the last 4 hours douching.
I'm married. It's a different scenario. Normally, one of us just falls asleep.
Or like when you order extra guac on your burrito and it doesn't come.
Oh my God. Like the other day when I was like, I'm going to have a McDonald's breakfast. I haven't had one in forever. And I ordered myself a double sausage McMuffin because who doesn't like double sausage? And then I got one. I was like,
When you're
well, I,
expecting a double stuff and you only get one.
yeah, I was like, I paid for the two sausages to be inside of me, but I guess I'm just going to have to eat this one. And I'm not going to go back and try to get my money back because it's Christmas and there's 100 people waiting for their double sausages. Anywho, I don't know where we're at this point. So all I'm going to say is the winner of the lip sync and the crown of the mother pucking world is
Da, 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 da.
no one. Raja O'Hara. She is our
Look,
queen. Out of the
out of
two,
her
I'm happy that she won it over Silky,
same
but like go girl,
should have been Victoria.
$100,000 for you. That's yours. You robbed. Yeah. Well, Victoria got a wife out of it, so she didn't do too bad.
I would have preferred the money.
Same.
Poor Betty. Uh,
Brandon slash my microphone, who's not with us today. What were your overall thoughts of the season,
look,
Queen?
am I am I put it this way? Apparently, the versus the world format has been scrapped for a global all stars starting next year. Um, am I excited for that over this? Absolutely. Do I think this season was the greatest? No. Do I think that's any fault of the Canadian team? No. Do I think that they could have chosen a better crop of queens or a better variety of queens for the season? Yes. Um, do I feel like this might have been filmed a little bit too soon after other ones? Yes. I think that generally of most All Star seasons, they've started to pump them out yearly and rush them. When I feel like an All Stars season should be waiting it should be like the Olympics every 4 years.
Yeah, gives you enough time. Wow, that was a good one. Gives you enough time to get enough, new queens
But also
out there,
to
and
not only the new queens, but it gives all the other queens a chance to grow and expand on their drag. So many of the queens that come back for All Stars are literally coming back straight after their season or 1 year max after their season. So their
and
drag
now we're
hasn't
learning
changed.
that they're suffering burnout. Hi,
But
Isis.
their drag hasn't changed. Like they've not grown, they've not elevated anything because they've not had time to grow and elevate. So they're pumping out these all stars way too quickly, and there's not enough time for the queens to change and to become better. So I do think that's the. I know there's a lot of talk about Drag Race burnout, because obviously now there's just season after season after season after season after spin-off after country after everything.
I mean,
But
Canada versus the Commonwealth was great.
but I do think the only burnout I find is just the All Stars. Like, will I ever stop watching? God no, because I'm a fanatic. I'm going to watch every season that I can.
She's a fag
I,
fanatic.
something like that. But I do think that this kind of showed that there's a issue with the format and with doing it so quickly. And I think ISIS leaving helped show that there's an issue with them doing so quickly behind each other season. Your
Yes.
thoughts?
Look, I enjoyed
Miss
it.
I Have Feelings.
I have feelings. I enjoyed it. I kind of like, I'm not as a fagnatic as you. And I started watching UK versus the World and kind of got bored on episode 3. This one I found to be more engaging. Um, I liked all the queens that were on it. I also disliked all the queens that were on it for different, it's apart from Victoria, because she can do no wrong for me, and that's fine. But
Let's be honest.
let's be honest. But does it make me want to watch another season of Canada versus the World if they were to do one? Not overly, in the sense that, I mean, I guess in the sense that I wouldn't recap another one, because I just feel like there was too much. They're all like established queens at this point, and it's an established format, and we know that there's heavy production. It just seems like the it's too obvious. It feels too staged. I don't know if that's just a Canada thing or what, but it
No,
just
I feel
feels like maybe it feels smaller when it should be feeling bigger.
yeah. So I think that comes down to because of the crop of queens that they chose, um, especially with the production of this iteration, I feel like the flaws of production have become a lot more prevalent to the viewer as opposed to previous seasons where they've been a lot better at hiding the flaws of production, if
But
that
also,
makes
they've never
sense.
really changed the format of anything. So, if you keep watching the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, you're gonna start to figure out the smoke and mirrors of it all.
But the sad thing is that you can't change the format after a certain amount of time because then people stop watching. Look at Top Model. Top Model went for what 20 seasons with the
Tyra
exact same
Banks was a
format.
monster.
Went for 20 seasons with the same format. Then they changed the format, and everyone's like, "This is horrendous." And then they changed it back after 2 seasons because they're like, no, okay, clearly we need to go back to old school. And went back, and then it still was like everyone's like, oh, it's not as good as the original. Duh, because they made the decision to change it after a certain amount of time and it flopped.
Yeah, which is what I think Drag Race is on that pinnacle at the minute, that there's so much exposure to RuPaul and RuPaul's Drag Race and all the different variations of it, that it has the potential to being so overexposed and so, it saturates the market for drag, that people will now start looking for their drag content elsewhere. I think I texted you the other night about the drag show We're Here with Shangela and Bob the Drag Queen and Eureka. And it's just that content that they're putting out in that shows drag in a really different way. And I'm obsessed with it. Like, I want to review that shit. Like, that is like, it's like Queer Eye meets Drag Race meets something else.
And see, but this is the thing. So I think it's because it's so refreshing, because it's clearly not as overproduced as what Drag Race is. But Drag Race has to be overproduced. That's the thing. It's now on major networks. They need to be overproduced because they need to be able to make sure that all their bases are covered. And I mean, now that the show has won countless Emmys, they need to be overproducing it. They can't just let it be, the inmates running the asylum sort of thing.
Cage queens.
Because otherwise, if they have it more authentic and more natural, they're less likely to win those Emmy Awards. They're less likely to gain the critics' acclaim for it. So it needs to be so heavily produced, which is why all these other ones seem refreshing.
Well, what was your highlight from the season?
Oh, my highlight, I would say getting to experience Isis's runways again. Highlight of my season. Yeah, getting to experience Isis's amazing runways again. Yours?
Mine was getting to see Victoria Scone get the opportunity to showcase her full potential.
Okay, so obviously this is another instance where possibly I'm an idiot, and not getting a drag name until the very end. But when Victoria got eliminated after her lip sync, and she's like, "Where's Victoria?"
Are you fucking kidding me?
Victoria's gone. But no, so for me, it's a case of most drag names, when I'm saying them, I'm just like, okay, I just went, oh, she's called herself Victoria and Scone because, she's British. So Queen Victoria and eating scones. So I'm like, yeah, cool, Victoria Scone. Sweet, no stress. And then when she said that, she's like, where's Victoria? Victoria's gone. And I was like, by the way that she said it, I was like,
I can just picture you having like a moment where you're like, that's really funny. Oh.
No, I'm not that fucking stupid. It's more of me just sitting here going, if
I've learned anything from Courtney Act, it's that you must always investigate the name.
It's just
tell me you understand Rita Baga.
As in like rutabaga?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank God. Yeah. Anyway, so guys, thanks for tuning in. This has been the Wind Up. You've got
to wrap it up properly. This has been our iteration of Canada's Drag Race.
I'm getting to it. So thanks for listening, guys. This has been the Wind Up. This has been the Wind Up, Canada's Drag Race, Canada versus the world. I have been Sean Philip Naylor, and we're normally joined by Microphone, but this is Brandon Lord. But you can call her Microphone. You can follow the show and all of the antics that we're up to, and all of the spoilers and teasers and outtakes and everything that is coming up very, very soon at the windup_pod on Instagram. Yep, where you can hear more of that and learn all about our upcoming third season of the Wind Up, where we are recapping. Oh my god, so many Rue words. Recapping RuPaul's Drag Race season 15, which is going to take up a lot of our lives. So we can't.
The one with the twins.
Yes, with the twins.
And those twins.
But you can follow us at the @windup_pod. You can follow this queen. Oh my god, I got it right for the first time. I pointed in the right direction. At Maya.
Am I on that side?
Yeah, to me you are. You can follow her at Microphone.
Wait, hang on. Should I be?
And you can follow me at Sean Phillip Official. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, sharing, clicking, and doing all of the shit that you do. We love you very much. This has been season 2 of The Wind Up, and that is all, folks. See you in like 2 weeks for the next one.
Season 3. Thank you.